We've been together 9 years nearly now. We always knew we wanted to live together. And then when we both started working, we knew instantly that we wanted to save. We started looking. You were very eager, looking a lot.
We went to see a masonette that was like really what we wanted. Do you know when you just walk in and like...
And we just looked at each other and we were like, yeah, this is the one. As soon as we left, we were already envisaging ourselves there.
We basically decided that night that we'll put an offer in. I think within a week of viewing, we had an offer accepted. So that whole part of the process was really quick.
Yeah, and it made us really hopeful, I think, didn't it, at the time?
Yeah.
You know?
Every time people go to buy a house, only 2 out of 3 of those times it goes through. So that causes a huge disappointment, emotional upset at times.
There was a bit of an issue that the solicitor flagged to us, which was that the land registry plan of the property didn't include the garden and the driveway. The solicitor said it's actually the case is that the land registry have made a mistake. We need to ask the seller's side of solicitor to ask the land registry to change it, which ended up taking the land registry like 2.5 months to do.
We were so excited initially. You know, we had told people we've had an offer accepted, and then, yeah, for 2 months, we didn't want to talk about it in a way.
In the back of my head, every day it was like, oh, this could actually just fall through. We're back at square one, looking for other properties. And the frustrating thing for us was that we kind of knew that could have been avoided if all that sort of stuff was done before it even went on the market.
Houses are complex assets and you have to gather a lot of information against each property, and different people have to gather that data separately. What we're really trying to do is standardize and centralize all of that data collection in a way that it's really high grade and everybody else in the ecosystem can therefore trust it, is accessible in a really secure way. Estate agents would use Moverly as a piece of software. So when they put their properties on the market for their customers, we would aggregate a lot of the really important data about that property for them and satisfy a lot of the compliance standards that they have to satisfy. We would then also work with the seller of the house and the buyer with a digital system that literally aggregates all of their data, helps them record everything they need to make that transaction ready for a lawyer or a conveyancer. And quite excitingly, that data is of a high grade, so it can be actually re-accessed by lenders as well. So you can start to see if you are supporting the property intelligence data up front.
Being first-time buyers, there's like a lot of admin.
Different identity check.
Yeah, and then we also had to go through the process of like getting all the bank statements,
which took
what's the other thing?
A while.
Pay slips.
Yeah.
And upload all that onto, so for the solicitor, it was their like platform. For the mortgage broker, it was their platform. There's a lot of just evenings spent uploading documents.
Yeah, after work.
If you are selling or actually buying a house, you will probably have to give your ID through a process 3 or 4 times in the traditional model. With the work that Moverly is doing, there is ID taken once, and all of those other members in the ecosystem can use that data because they can access it securely through the trust framework. With the work that Moverly is doing, we have already seen very successful trials where we've reduced transaction fall-through rates in half. We've reduced the time that it takes for a property transaction to actually go through. The average is 6 months. We've reduced that to 4 months. And we've basically connected and given the customers, the buyers and sellers, a much better experience where they felt like they've known what's going on throughout that whole practice. So it's live, it's working.
I could see how a party like Moverly being involved in this process would have sped things up, made things a lot easier, saved a lot of the stress that we had.
If you think about actually closing a third more sales, then you bring more money into the country, right? You have more mortgages, you have more lawyers getting paid, estate agents getting paid. In the property systems that are part of the transactions we do in the UK, all different participants need access to smart data. Now that smart data has to be accessible for them to make their decisions and to help the process run more smoothly. That will power a much more streamlined property experience by connecting all of those different stakeholders and giving them a digital experience through that journey. Moverly just supports them through to hopefully having the keys to their new house.
When he called to say, like, we're ready to exchange and complete, it just kind of felt a bit surreal, actually, because, like, as I've said, it was such a long process. I didn't think it was ever going to come.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to just moving in, and maybe a few years before the next one.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Yeah.